Law students across the country turn to Lexis Nexis to help them succeed in class and in their jobs, and today I'm going to show you how. My name is Eric Dye, and I am your Lexis rep. I come to you by way of California. I attended UC Davis Law School, and after law school, I was an attorney to the California State Legislature for 5 years, where I drafted bills and legal opinions. I then moved to Michigan, where I clerked for 2 state court judges for 3 years, and I have been with Lexis Nexis as a research attorney for just about 2 years. The purpose of today's training is to give you the tools you need to succeed in law school and in your jobs using Lexis Nexis. I'm going to show you 3 things. 1. Lexis Answers. 2. Our 3-step easy research process. And 3. I'm going to show you Shepards and how to use it to expand your research. Once you know these 3 things, you will be a power researcher. So let's go ahead and get started by signing into Lexis. You will start by going to the Lexis Law School homepage. The Lexis Law School homepage is www.lexisnexis.com/law school. And when you enter that website, you will come to a page that looks like this. This page is designed specifically for WMU Cooley Law School. This page is your portal with all kinds of resources specific to you and your school. I will note that my contact information is on this page. Additionally, you will see that you have student representatives at each of your campuses. Just click on their picture to see their contact information. So to get started on Lexis Advance itself, you will want to click on the Go to Lexis Advance button. This is the Lexis Advance page. This is where you will do your research. The first thing I want to show you is a feature called Lexis Answers. With Lexis Answers, you can simply ask Lexis a legal question and get an answer. You can get answers to questions about definitions and elements of a cause of action. Let's try this out by asking Lexis, what is the definition of mens rea? You will see that the word wheel suggests a question. What is the definition of mens rea? Select the question and then click the magnifying glass. When you do that, at the top of the screen, you will see a box with your answer. Click Show More to see the full thing. This may look familiar from other online search databases you use when you ask it to translate a word or convert a measurement. Except here, instead of doing a translation or converting a measurement, you're getting a nice quick answer at the top of your result list about a legal question. In addition to being able to ask about legal definitions, you can ask about the elements of a cause of action. For instance, just ask Lexis about the tort intentional infliction of emotional distress. What are the elements of intentional infliction of emotional distress? Again, a question is suggested, select it, and then click the magnifying glass. You will now see all of the elements to this tort at the top of your result list. What if you want to know the elements of this tort in a particular jurisdiction? All you have to do is modify your question by tacking on in Michigan. What are the elements of this tort in Michigan? Click the magnifying glass, and now you will see the elements as they are stated in the state of Michigan. And we even give you a case, which is a Michigan case that you can rely upon for these elements. So Lexis Answers will be a really helpful and quick and easy way to help you get a grasp of the new law that you're learning. The next thing I want to show you is the 3-step easy research process that Lexis Advance was designed to work around. Let's go back to the main research page by clicking the upper left-hand side drop-down and then Research. This takes us back to the research page because the 3-step process is search, categorize, and filter. So what I mean by that is if you're asked to research an unfamiliar area of law, you can turn to this 3-step process to help you find out more information about that area of law. For example, let's say you are asked by a supervising attorney to research a copyright infringement issue. Apparently, a client has approached the law office about an issue in which they believe their song has been infringed upon by somebody else who has put out a song that sounds substantially similar. The supervising attorney wants you to write a memo about the issue of copyright infringement. They don't know a whole lot about it themselves. All they can really tell you is that they've heard that NIMR on copyright is a resource that could be useful, but to go ahead and do a little digging so that you can write a memo telling them about this area of law. So you can turn to this 3-step research process to help you out. Step 1 is search. To search, just go ahead and search some key terms in the big red search box that came up when your supervising attorney asked you about this topic. So for instance, you can search copyright infringement, and you can also search music, because this involves a song. Go ahead and search those couple of keywords to start with. That's step 1. Step 2 is to categorize. What that means is on the left-hand side of the screen, you will need to select what type of legal documents you want. You could find cases that use these key terms, or statutes, or secondary materials, or click Show More to see even more document types that you can pick. When you're doing a new research assignment, you're usually going to want to pick a secondary source, because this is something written about the law, and it's going to consolidate all of the useful information you need in one place. So click on Secondary Materials. That's step 2. You've now picked your category. Step 3 is filter. If you scroll down, you will see filter options on the left-hand side of the screen. This is a bit like when you do your online shopping. You might start by searching shoes, and then on the left-hand side of the screen, you sort down by brand, size, and color. Except here, you're sorting down by category, jurisdiction, etc. So we're going to actually sort by category. We want to pick what type of secondary source we want. We're going to want a treatise. A treatise is going to be a nice general overview. So click on Treatises. And you will see we still have over 10,000 results. So let's keep doing step 3. Step 3 is probably going to be a multi-step process of filtering. You notice under Types of Resources that NIMR on Copyright shows up. That's that resource the supervising attorney told you they have found helpful on copyright. Let's click on that to start. And you will see you have a number of NIMR on Copyright articles to search. You can actually use Search Within Results here to narrow these down even more. The supervising attorney said something about the songs being substantially similar. Let's search for substantially similar to see a discussion of issues where you've got music that is substantially similar. So I was able to use the 3-step process of search, categorize, and filter to get me a list of results that are going to provide me with relevant information about the law that I need to write the memo. While I'm in this list, let's go ahead and open up one of these secondary sources so you can see just how useful they can be to give you background information. When you're in a secondary source, you're going to see all kinds of information about the law. Additionally, if you click on the footnotes, you're going to see citations to all kinds of key cases and statutes that you can use to broaden out your research. Clicking the up arrow of the footnote will take you back to the main article. When you're in any kind of document in Lexis Advanced, there's several things you can do to help it work for you. For instance, you can copy language that you care about, and then you can actually click on Annotate and make a note about that language, and click a highlighting color to highlight that language. Then click Annotate, and your language will be highlighted and you'll have a note on the right-hand side of the screen. You could also highlight other language, then click on Copy Advanced, and then click Copy and Close to have this language copied for you with a citation that you can then paste into your document. Finally, whenever you have a document open, you can click the folder icon on the upper left-hand side of the screen to save it to a folder on Lexis that you can access later from the main page, or you can click on the email icon to email the document, and you can click on the little printer icon to print to one of our Lexis printers at your campus. Remember, all Lexis Advanced documents can be printed for free. To make sure you're printing to your printer, click the little wheel icon next to the printer icon, and then make sure Lexis Printer is selected, and then pick which campus printer you need to send your job to. Simple as that. The last thing I want to show you today is Shepards. Many of you have probably heard of Shepards before. Shepards is what is known as a citator. What lawyers use Shepards for is to make sure that the law that they want to cite to in a memo or a brief is still good law. Because sometimes you find a case that sounds great, but it was overturned later on and you want to make sure you know about that. Shepards will help you stay on top of it. So, to access Shepards, you'll probably want to have a case open. So for today, to show you Shepards, I'm going to show you how to use Shepards with a case. But you can Shepardize a case, a statute, or just about any document in Lexis Advanced. So to quickly find a case, I'm going to actually use the secondary source. I'm going to click on footnote number 1, which bounces me down to this Iowa State University case. Let's pretend this will be important for our research project. Now that we've found this case, we want to make sure this case is still good law. That's where Shepards comes in. To Shepardize, you'll want to click on either the little symbol next to the case name or click on Shepardize this document. The little symbol next to the case name gives you a heads up about the worst type of treatment that exists out there of your case. In other words, other courts have probably talked about your case. How have they treated it? If you're seeing a red stop sign, for instance, that indicates that there's probably at least one case out there that overturned at least part of your case. Seeing something like a green triangle indicates that there's maybe some cautionary treatment of your case by other cases. To see what the symbol means, just hover over it and we'll tell you. But you never stop with the symbol. This is where you have to put your lawyering hat on and click on the symbol or Shepardize this document to pull up a Shepards report to see more fully what's going on. So I'm going to click Shepardize this document. And this is what a Shepards report looks like. The first thing in a Shepards report that's going to be pulled up are all of the citing decisions. So here, there were 87 cases out there that cited to the Iowa State University case. Now, how do I use this list of cases to help me figure out if my case is still good law or not? Well, on the left-hand side of the screen, you will see we have broken down how these cases have treated your case, including cautionary treatment, positive treatment, neutral, or cases that simply cited to your case. You'll note that the cautionary treatment will probably be what you want to look at to see the most negative treatment out there. But you also have positive treatment. Only Shepards is going to give you true positive treatment. And this is where Shepards' real power shines through. Because sometimes you're not really concerned about the negative treatment of your case, but you're trying to find other cases that talk about your case in a positive light so that you can cite to those cases too to help bolster your argument. If you're trying to rely on your case for your argument, it helps if you can have 2 or 3 cases that all say the same thing. So at this stage, I'm going to stop with my Shepards talk because I have whole trainings about Shepards, but I wanted you to be at least aware of what it is and how you access it on Lexis Advance. And the key about Shepards is that you use it to make sure your law is still good law, but because Shepards gives you that true positive treatment, you can also use it to expand and strengthen your research. So before I conclude today, I do want to leave you with one bonus topic, and that is the Lexis Nexis Digital Library. The Lexis Nexis Digital Library allows you to access all kinds of resources, including statutes and cases, and even study aids in digital ebook format. The quickest way to access the Lexis Nexis Digital Library will be from the Lexis Law School homepage where we started out today. Just scroll down to the announcement section and click on Lexis Nexis Digital Library. Once you have done that, click on the Lexis Nexis Digital Library link. This site was designed specifically for Cooley. Once you go to this site, it'll probably be a good idea to bookmark this for future reference. You will then log in using your Cooley portal ID, which might be different from your Lexis Advance ID. Once inside the Lexis Nexis Digital Library, you will see 1L study aids at the top and recently added items. But you can search by doing a keyword search or click the menu on the upper right-hand side and then sort by jurisdiction, practice area, or featured collections. One of the most popular resources we have are the Q&A resources. These study aids will help you get ready for your final exams and class. To borrow one to look at, just click on Borrow. We're going to borrow this civil procedure one. Once you borrow it, then you can click on Go to Checkouts in the pop-up window that appears. This will take you to what you checked out. Then go ahead and click Read to read this in your browser. I've checked this out before, so it's going to actually bounce me right down to the pages that I was at when I last looked at this resource. It also will save anything that I've highlighted in the book and made notes about. If you want to get back to the beginning, just click on the little menu bar on the upper left, click on Contents, scroll up to the top, and click on Cover. This will start you at the very beginning. To advance the page, just click on the right-hand side of the screen or the right-hand arrow. If you want to highlight something, click on the word for a couple of seconds until it highlights, and then drag. You will then have options to see the definition of something, highlight, copy, or search. When you check out a resource from the Lexis Nexis Digital Library, you will have it out for anywhere from 3 to 10 days, depending on what it is. If you forget to check it back in, don't worry, it'll do so automatically. Remember, on the Lexis Law School homepage, there's all sorts of great resources, including my contact information and the contact information for your Lexis Nexis student reps. In addition to us as resources, if you ever need help, you can contact the customer support line at 1-800-45-LEXIS. It is available 24/7 and staffed by research attorneys. Additionally, if you click on the More drop-down on the upper right-hand side of Lexis Advance and click on Live Support, you can speak with one of these research attorneys in a live chat room. Finally, make sure you answer the quiz questions accompanying this video so that you will receive credit for viewing this video. All of you who successfully answer the quiz questions will receive 200 Lexis rewards points. Remember, only Lexis will help you earn while you learn, and it only takes about 350 Lexis rewards points to get $5 gift cards to places like Starbucks and Amazon. So make sure you do the quiz questions to get your credit. Thanks so much for watching today, and good luck researching.